In 2003, a desperate email about wallpaper changed television history. Kevin O'Connor was a high-paid banker at Bank of America, but that email launched him from corporate life into the spotlight as host of America's most trusted home improvement show. He built a $7 million fortune, earned Emmy nominations, and created a TV empire. But behind the scenes, tensions grew. He refuses to mention Bob Vila. He's publicly slammed HGTV. Cast members keep retiring. And now, rumors are swirling about his future. After months of silence, Kevin is ready to tell the truth. What he reveals might shock even his biggest fans, because his story didn't start in television. It started in chaos. Born in Maplewood, New Jersey around 1968, Kevin grew up in a noisy, unfinished home with 7 siblings. His dad, a civil engineer, turned their house into a job site. By grade school, Kevin could hang drywall and read blueprints. Construction wasn't a hobby. It was survival. That early training gave him instincts no TV host could fake. But at 19, while in military training, he began blacking out. Doctors found a heart murmur, and then, mysteriously, all his medical records vanished. The scare ended his military path and forced him to rethink everything. He shifted to education, graduating from St. Benedict's Prep in 1986, then the College of the Holy Cross in 1990 with a history degree, and later earned an MBA from Boston University in 1999. Kevin quickly rose in banking, financing stadiums at Fleet Bank, then managing multi-million-dollar portfolios at Bank of America. By his early 30s, he was a senior VP, living the corporate dream. Then he shocked everyone. He quit. In 2003, Kevin and his wife Kathleen bought a stunning Queen Anne Victorian in Beverly, Massachusetts. But inside, it was a disaster. Every room needed work. The worst part? The wallpaper. Layered, painted over, impossible to remove. That frustration sparked the email that changed everything and brought Kevin back to the world he never truly left. The wallpaper wouldn't budge. Kevin later said, "We were scraping like crazy, and this stuff just wasn't coming off." Kathleen took charge of the plastering, while Kevin knocked down walls and tore ceilings apart to expand the cramped kitchen. They were exhausted, frustrated, and completely stuck. In a moment of pure desperation, they sent an email. Not just to anyone, but to the crew of This Old House, the show they had grown up watching. What they didn't know was that, at the exact same time, the show's producers were developing a brand new spin-off called Ask This Old House. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. Kevin wrote in the email that there had to be some trick, some hidden technique to removing that wallpaper. He had no expectations, just a cry for help. The crew responded, and not just with advice. They offered to visit and film a segment at Kevin's house. Kevin was over the moon. To him, this was a one-time visit from his renovation heroes. But what he didn't know was that this visit wasn't just about wallpaper. It was a secret screen test. The crew filmed what would become Season 1, Episode 22 of Ask This Old House, airing on March 6, 2003. Kevin's curiosity lit up the set. He didn't stop asking questions, not even during lunch breaks. Tom Silva, the show's contractor, barely had time to eat. Kevin later joked about it, saying he hounded Tom on every break. But the producers were watching closely. They saw something more than a frustrated homeowner. They saw someone who was natural on camera, someone who asked the same questions viewers at home were asking, someone who felt like a host. After the shoot, Kevin even ran out to take a photo with the crew. He told them he'd never see them again and wanted a picture to remember the moment. But 3 weeks later, something unexpected happened. Kevin got a call, at his job no less. At the time, he was a senior vice president in the commercial real estate group at Bank of America. When the phone rang, he assumed it was someone asking for a loan. But it wasn't. It was the producers of This Old House, asking him to host the show. Not just the spin-off, but the original series too. He thought it was a joke. He even asked his boss to keep his position open because he was sure he'd be back at the bank in a year. That's how unreal it felt. But it was real. The producers didn't just want him. They were ready to stake the entire future of the show on him. And that was a big deal, because This Old House had already seen 2 very dramatic transitions. The first was Bob Vila. He had been the original host, starting in 1979, and built the show into a household name. Bob Vila, the original This Old House host, earned just $200 per episode early on and maxed out at $800, far less than many contractors. His endorsements for a rival store led to his immediate firing after PBS gave an ultimatum. Steve Thomas took over for 14 years, won an Emmy, but abruptly left in 2003 with no farewell, leaving producers anxious about his replacement. Kevin O'Connor, with no TV experience and no audition, got the job after producers screened 400 candidates. He was offered the role informally by creator Russell Marash while sitting in a basement. On day one, plumbing expert Richard Trethewey handed Kevin, a former Bank of America VP, a shovel to dig sewer ditches. No cameras, no scripts, just real, hard work. Kevin's hands-on start proved he wasn't just a host, but part of the team, setting the tone for his entire career. Richard Trethewey's test was clear. Was Kevin O'Connor there to look the part or earn it? Every blister and sweat-soaked shirt taught him grit that shaped his career. Master carpenter Tom Silva threw Kevin into the deep end. No faking. He cut real wood on real projects, cameras rolling. Off camera, Kevin spent hours mastering tools, measuring, and working safely to keep pace with the crew. Kevin wasn't just hosting, he was becoming part of the team. Viewers saw him struggle and grow, just like they did at home. In 2004, only a year after joining, Kevin earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Service Show Host. Stunning critics used to TV veterans. His secret? Curiosity, honesty, and genuine connection with experts. Kevin's interviews became partnerships, and his hands-on style made the show authentic and relatable. He transformed Ask This Old House from a magazine segment into a real problem-solving show, getting his hands dirty along the way. Discovered stripping wallpaper with zero TV experience, Kevin led the franchise for over 20 years and joined the editorial board of This Old House magazine. In 2003, while still at Bank of America, he launched Inside This Old House, balancing 3 shows before fully committing to TV. His cautious, grounded approach built lasting success. In 2010, Kevin moved to commercial TV with a DIY network show on smart home tech, earning 2 Emmy nominations and proving his versatility. His 2011 book, The Best Homes from This Old House, gave fans a behind-the-scenes look at craftsmanship, strengthening his role in the franchise. Kevin's blunt criticism of modern DIY shows as unrealistic sparked controversy, splitting the industry. He called it a philosophy war between flashy cable reality TV and PBS's focus on real craftsmanship. Despite backlash, he strategically avoided mentioning original host Bob Vila, maintaining industry ties. He defends traditional building methods and is skeptical of tiny houses, arguing larger, well-built homes can be more energy efficient. Financially, Kevin outpaces predecessors, earning $10,000 per episode with over 380 episodes by 2022, a net worth of $5 or $7.7 million and $50,000 speaking fees. His real estate finance background supports his investments, including a company generating $1.5 million annually. Living in a 1894 Queen Anne Victorian, Kevin respects craftsmanship and expertly managed major cast changes while preserving the show's spirit. He adapted This Old House for modern viewers, tightening segments without losing depth. His questions evolved to deliver meaningful, beginner-friendly insights. The show remains deliberate, completing just 2 renovations per season, focusing on the how, not just the wow. Kevin launched the Clear Story podcast in 2019, a top 1% streamed 4.8-star series on home systems. In 2021, This Old House partnered with Roku, offering 1,500 plus episodes free with a 24/7 channel. He also co-founded This Old Toolbox, a tool rental platform connecting education with hands-on DIY. Kevin isn't just a host. He preserves a legacy, modernizes the format, expands platforms, and bridges media, education, and real-world craftsmanship. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon.